I don't like you. That's what a year 6 kid told me when I asked him how is he going. I was thrown off, I was thrown back, I didn't know what to say. I thought, wow, I'm such a relaxed, sort of nice sort of person. He doesn't know me, I don't know him. Why has he said that to me? I just said, oh well, I can't please everybody. And I think about that now and I think actually there was nothing really else I could have said. But what I did do is later I just kept on moving. I didn't say anything more to him, so he's obviously annoyed at something and I didn't want to sort of poke him there and then. So I kept on going around asking students how they're going. And I went back to the table, to the desk, and I sat there and I thought, what am I going to say to him? What do I do in this situation? But I thought the best thing is honesty. So I just called him over and I said, look, mate, what you said to me earlier has actually hurt me. So I don't feel good when someone says that they don't like me when they don't even know me. And I said, what was the reason why you said that to me? And he said, I don't like teachers. And, that's fair enough, which is the case because I found out later he was expelled from another school and this was his 3rd day. So I thought, well, of course he doesn't like teachers. He's probably had a bad run with them over the last few years or however long. So why I told that story is really important because it's hopefully not a typical thing, but what I want to sort of focus on is the things you can control and the things you can't control. I couldn't control that, but I could control the way that I handled that. So I didn't react straight away. I chose to respond, so I thought about it and I didn't sort of, butt heads with that student because that's just going to make things worse, as we know. All right, so number 1 is be ready. So being ready is not just, having your clothes ready or, packing some lunch, which that's actually important. But being ready is being ready, most importantly, for that call. Because what you'll find is they will just call you anytime. Could be the night before, it could be at 6:30 the next morning. I've had a call at 9:00 a.m. and they asked me, can you work today? You have to be ready to receive that call. So your phone's not on silence, not on do not disturb. It's loud enough for you to hear it. You're in the vicinity of, if it does go off, you can quickly answer it. Because what happens is if they don't reach you, they're not going to leave you a voicemail message to say, ring us back. We've got to, do you want to work today? They're just going to call the next person on their list. You need to get it straight away. So that's one tip that I have. I said earlier that your clothes are ready. You'll pack your lunch. One thing I do is I have my bag. So with my bag of tricks, basically, I've got that in my car. So I just need to take my lunch and that's it, and my water bottle. So once you get to the school, you'll sign into the office. You will grab usually a sign-in slip, or it could be a folder depending on the school. So on that we'll have what class or classes that you're teaching at today. It'll also have what duty that you have. So you may need to grab a key, so just ask them in the office. They might even tell you, which I've had a lot of times, when you'll get to the classroom and the actual teacher's there. They're in the school for that day, they're just not in that class. So this is an awesome opportunity for you to ask them, with their lesson plan, like, what do you want them to do? Ask them any questions that you might have. Ask them, what are the students that you need to look out for? What are the scenarios that, you might need to know? So yeah, if the teacher's there, I've found that to be really helpful. If they're not, I always go into the next classroom and chat to that teacher to say, yep, I'm in this classroom today. Are there any things that I need to know? Just have a chat to them. I've found that they're always nice and helpful. So what I'll do is in the classroom, you'll do your usual thing. You'll set up for the day. You'll write your agenda up on the board. You'll sign into the computer if you can. You might get the smart board working, so you'll get some things ready. The things that you can't control, I've been in this situation lots of times, so you might get a message to say that we've got assembly today at 1:30, so you might have to change your day around a little bit. A teacher might turn up and say, I've got this class now for the next hour, we're going to the computer room. I've had that before. I've also had teacher aides coming in at different points of the day. I've had parents coming in at different points of the day helping out. You just have to keep calm, go with the flow. Those uncertain things are things that you can't change. So I call it being prepared flexible. So you're prepared, but you're also allowing yourself to be flexible. And if you are prepared flexible, it means that you will have, your plan A is not working, so you're going to move on to plan B, C, D. If something's not working, you'll just have to change it. So you just go, all right, this activity is not working. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to jump outside. We're going to go play a game of Bull Rush. And while they're doing that, you can think of, what you're going to do next. The last little tip is, don't beat yourself up over those bad days. You're definitely going to have days where you go home and you're just like, what happened? And I've had a couple of those lately. But now I think back and I think, okay, what could I have learnt from that? What are the opportunities that I could have learnt? There's a lot of scenarios where I couldn't prevented any of that. It was just the kids were having an absolute shocking day and I was just there in the middle of it. Yeah, again, don't beat yourself up over it. What I always think is the obstacle is the way. So those things that make your life a little bit harder than normal are the chances that you can progress, that you can learn from. It's all about that. I've definitely become a better teacher because all these things happened I didn't expect. I planned for having a great day, but I've gone home at 3:15 and I just think, what happened? I don't understand. And what you should do is you should chat to someone about that. So, chat to someone in the office about the day that you've had, because they will want to know. They will want to know those students that were acting up, were misbehaving. All right. I hope that you've got something out of this. See you next time.